Within the structure of eye, now we'll start with the third layer, that is the innermost layer of the eye, known as retina. It is considered as the most important part or most important layer out of the three of the eye, and is innermost. This layer is considered as the most important because the main vision occurs due to the light rays that are focused on retina. As a result, the image is formed. This retina basically consists of four important types of cell. For example, pigmented epithelium, that is, these are the layers which comprises of different cells. First, pigmented epithelium consists of pigmented cells. Then comes the second layer, that is layer of photoreceptor cells. These photoreceptor cells includes rods and cones. Then comes the third layer, that is layer of bipolar cells. And the fourth layer is layer of ganglion cells. So let us study them in brief. As said, this first layer, that is pigmented epithelium, consists of pigmented cells. Bipolar cells, definitely the cells which are dual or possessing polarity of bipolar in nature. This last layer consists of ganglion cells. The second layer, that is photoreceptor cells, consists of rods and cones. Let us understand them in brief. This figure depicts the structure of rods and cone cell, that is photoreceptor cell. Now, as it can be seen from the figure, the name of these cells is given on the basis of their shape. As the rod cells are straight rod-like in shape and therefore that is named. Similarly, cone cells are cone in shape. Now, these photoreceptor cells, that is rods and cones, comprises of photosensitive chemicals or photosynthesizing chemicals which are sensitive to light. So let us begin first with the rods. Rod cells comprises or consist of purplish pigment, that is light sensitive pigment, known as rhodopsin. This rhodopsin pigment generally works during night or in dim light. And therefore rod cells generally work under this time or becomes functional during night or in dim light time. This rhodopsin pigment in bright light further gets converted into two pigments. That is scotopsin and retinal. Now, such a process of conversion of rhodopsin in presence of bright light to pigments like scotopsin and retinal is known as bleaching. Due to bleaching, the rod cells become depolarized. As a result of which, it releases a neurotransmitter that sends impulses that is the nerve impulse to the optic nerve via either ganglion cell or bipolar cell. Then this retina or rod cells gets resynthesized by combination of scotopsin and retinal during the night time. As a result of which the rod cells become functional now. Then comes the second type of photoreceptor cell, that is cone cells. As said earlier, both these photoreceptor cells contains photosensitive chemicals. So in cone cells, the photosensitive chemical present is iodopsin. Thus, iodopsin is a light sensitive pigment or a photopigment. These cone cells are compared less sensitive as compared to the cone cells. That is, the cone cells are less sensitive as compared to the rod cell, that is the other photoreceptor cell. These cone cells become functional during the daytime or bright light. In human eye, however, three types of photopigments or cone cells occur. Since the cone cells are of different type, the photopigment present between them would also be different. On the basis of that, three types occur. First, erythrolase. Thus, erythrolase is a pigment which recognizes or is sensitive to red light. Then comes the next, that is photolobe or chlorolobe. Is sensitive to green light. And the third is cynolobe. This pigment, that is cynolobe, is sensitive to blue light. Thus, with the help of cone cells during bright light, these colors can be recognized, or by the combination of these colors, the cone cells can recognize each color and thereby the image. On the retina, there occurs a small depression known as fovea. This fovea mainly comprises or only comprises of cone cells. Thus, bright light image can be easily seen. Next comes blind spot. Blind spot is considered as the region from where the optic nerve starts. That is the region of retina from where optic nerve starts. This region, that is blind spot, it consists of receptor cells and is insensitive to light. Then comes another region known as lens. Lens is thin, transparent, which is solid and elastic in nature and is biconvex, which consists of laminated tissues that is obviously various laminated tissues that is enclosed, that is this lens is enclosed in thin elastic membrane called lens capsule. The main function of lens is that it focuses light on the retina. This lens divides the eyeball cavity into two chambers. That is, divides the orbits, which are the eyeball cavities, into two chambers. First, the anterior portion, which is known as small aqueous chamber. That is the anterior aqueous chamber, which forms the anterior cavity and is known as aqueous humor. This aqueous humor is a watery clear liquid which comprises the anterior chamber, that is aqueous body or cavity. This aqueous humor is secreted by the ciliary cells of the ciliary body, which helps in the regulation of various processes. Then comes the second region, that is the posterior large vitreous chamber. This vitreous chamber comprises of transparent fluid which is thick, that is vitreous humor, that is this fluid is known as vitreous humor, and it is secreted by the retina during the development of eye. Thus, this is all about the structure of eye.